आज से 30 साल पहले जो लोगों में एक हेजिटेशन था, एक डर था, वो आज ओपन में सभी महिलाएं बातें कर रही हैं।
का बड़ा ही चाह तो आप मंदिर में चले जाओ, कहीं और चले जाओ, ऐसे किसी के बच्चे को पैसे दे के नहीं जाना, तो हमें भी बुरा लगता है।
और तब उन्होंने सलाह दी और फिर उस सलाह के अनुसार हमें जो है उसका समाधान मिला।
अगर कॉर्ड नहीं होता तो हम पता नहीं क्या होते, आज एकदम हम लोग पीछे रह जाते।
Dear Ambika, I hope this letter finds you well. Just thought I would share with you about a wonderful journey that I made recently. I'm sure you remember that one question that we were obsessed with for so long. Why, in this country of 1.4 billion, where over 60% of people live in rural areas, with so many hardworking people, after spending hundreds of billions of rupees on rural development, why we in India are so far behind from much of the world? Why are rural voices and faces almost always unseen and unheard? As you know, my commitment to writing and exploring their stories led me to many places. All the while, I continued to look for an organization that actively took the complexities of rural lives into account. One name kept coming up: the Chinmaya Organization for Rural Development, CORD.
I'm delighted that Dr. Sharma Mehra has won this award because she saw how health issues are interrelated with so many other things like gender issues and education.
Through many far-reaching grassroots programs, CORD had successfully met 13 out of the United Nations 17 Sustainable Development Goals. They work in Tamil Nadu, Odisha, Uttarakhand, and Himachal Pradesh. The mountains have always held a special place for me. I decided to write to CORD for a visit. My first morning began with a simple yet beautiful moment. This prayer was a reminder that CORD had its roots in Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda's strong Vedantic vision. It was here that I got a chance to introduce myself. Soon after, I spoke with Dr. Didi, who had been so inspired by Gurudev that she joined CORD at its inception in 1985.
For us, the Mahila Mandal is the core of our program. They are the nodal body. And if you empower one woman, the whole family gets involved.
She said something simple yet remarkable, something that I had really not thought about before. She said that the largest migration in the country is of millions of women who get married into other villages. Away from their own birthplaces, these isolated women are looking for community support and are almost the perfect candidates for CORD's outreach. To begin with, CORD faced resistance.
पहले तो महिलाएं घर से बाहर नहीं निकलती थी, उनको खींच के हमें महिला मंडल में लाना पड़ा। अच्छा। वो हमें देख के दरवाजा भी बंद कर देती थी, तो जहाँ भी वो खेतों में होते थे तो खेतों में चले जाते थे। तो इस तरह हम उनसे रिश्ते बनाए, जिनको हम खींच के महिला मंडल की मीटिंग में बैठाते थे। आज तो महिलाएं हमें फोन करती हैं कि दीदी आप कब आ रहे हो, हम तो इकट्ठा हो गए हैं।
Within the intimate space of the Mahila Mandal, women talk, share, and feel safe. They exchange ideas and decide on priorities for their family and for the village. No longer isolated, women organize into smaller self-help groups, which enables them to have a more powerful collective presence. And with this enhanced capacity, they are able to enter the banking space and access microcredit.
वो मजदूरी करके तो गुजारा नहीं होगा। मैंने बोला मैंने 70,000 का लोन लेना है। खचरे लिए मेरे हस्बैंड ने, तो फिर अब वो 800 से 1000 रुपए तक हम दोनों मतलब पति पत्नी कमा लेते हैं।
Aware of the needs and situations of individual families, with access to loans and credit, having knowledge of government schemes, many women have started their own small ventures and enterprises.
We just wait and facilitate the process, but they find the solutions.
In her shop just off the main highway, Mehri ji has reason to be proud. She has succeeded beyond her wildest imagination. Her journey began when her son got injured. The anxiety led her to her village Mahila Mandal, where to her surprise, she was taught how to run her own business. Mehri ji's shop now provides income to 3 families, hers and her 2 sons. Apart from that, her farm generates surplus produce, which she sells for a profit.
इनको हेड इंजरी हो गई, फिर ये काम नहीं कर सकते, घर का जो खर्चा पर्चा तो वो बंद हो गया था। फिर हमारे महिला मंडल से मुझे हेल्प मिली कोड की तरफ से मधुमक्खियों पालन का। पिछले साल मैंने 20 लीटर शहद निकाला था 5 पेटी में से, तो 14,000 मेरी इनकम हो गई।
I worship the women in the village. Actually, they are so very resilient, so very giving, very wise.
That evening, I thought about how well Kaur's strategy of having the Mahila Mandal as its nucleus had opened up the world for this community. On a long drive to the next location, I got a chance to talk to Narendra ji, Kaur's Chief Operating Officer. While urban India is entering a new economic phase, Narendra ji told me, rural India is being left behind. Kaur's genius is in offering a more comprehensive solution by supporting and sometimes creating community-based organizations.
किसानों की आर्थिक स्थिति को मजबूत करना और उन्हें आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के लिए गुरुदेव हिमालयन किसान उत्पादन कंपनी कार्य कर रही है।
इस कंपनी ते जेड़ा छे अच्छा बाजार बनी है कने मतलब बेचने वास्ते यहाँ अच्छे दाम मिलते मतलब।
They walk one step, we walk 9 steps with them. So that is the initial stage. Later they have to walk 9 steps or all 10 steps together.
Through its efforts, Kaur has taken thousands to a life of financial independence. But Kaur's role goes well beyond livelihoods.
We build their capacity also, enable them, link them to the various system, how to access those services. If they need a training in livelihood, they need a training in community institution, they need training in disability, inclusion and rehabilitation. They assess, analyze, prioritize their situation and come into the informed decision making and link to the larger ecosystem of the development.
In rural India, one huge part of the ecosystem is farming and agriculture. Avneet ji has been a farmer for over 30 years. He loves the land so much that he wants his only son to be a farmer. His long and rewarding journey with Kaur began when he was helping some disabled villagers as a young teenager. Avneet went on to enroll in a youth group and then participate in Kaur's agricultural education programs. Much to the benefit of Avneet and his family, Kaur's integrated approach did exactly what it was supposed to do. Today, he not only has a thriving organic farm, his family also owns a general store in his village. Kaur is certain that for rural development to be effective, people have to believe that they have genuine power to change their own lives. This becomes very clear to me at the Upagram Sabha, which is an exercise at self-governance, where a ward-level unit of the Gram Panchayat puts local concerns at the forefront. A lot is at stake. Upgram Sabha decisions will be actively considered by the wider level Panchayat for further action. The meeting starts off innocently enough with a proposal to build a series of retaining walls in a flood-prone area. But I soon witnessed a real exercise in people's democracy.
लोग नहीं आते, इतने मेंबर प्रधान हो गए, कभी भी इन्होंने सड़क का कोई प्रबंध नहीं किया हमें। मेरे घर में खुद विकलांग है, उनको हम उठा के लेके जाते हैं। तो देखने वाली बात है ना।
Mishra ji from CORD reminds the group that even at this ward and local level, people have the authority to make decisions about their own lives.
दिल्ली और शिमला में हमारी सरकार, जोर से बोलो। दिल्ली और शिमला में हमारी सरकार और गांव में हम सरकार। गांव में हम सरकार।
At the village level meeting, Up Gram Sabha petitions are presented to the Gram Panchayat Pradhan. Here I see how CORD's efforts of promoting grassroots autonomy result in actions with very tangible consequences. Dear Ambika, who would have thought that a rural development NGO would be involved in activities that went well beyond what is typically expected of it? But yet another surprise awaited me.
बेटियां भी दुनिया दे कन कन चलना ना वो हिमाचल दा रोशन करना बेटियां भी दुनिया
Today, more than ever, a meaningful and affordable education is vital. But for many rural families, finding good government schools can be very challenging.
लोग बोल रहे थे कि आप सरकारी स्कूल में क्यों डाल रहे हो, यहाँ पे तो बच्चों की ग्रोथ नहीं होगी, क्योंकि हम भी वहीं पढ़े हैं गांव के स्कूल में ही, और हमारे माता पिता ने, हमारे बुजुर्गों ने पता नहीं कितना योगदान दिया कि वो स्कूल हमारे गांव तक पहुँचा है.
In a bold experiment, parents have brought new energy into the school management committee. They want to make sure that their children get the education they deserve. Lately, the committee has embraced the new possibilities being created by the digital world.
कि जेड़ा हां दा WhatsApp ग्रुप बनया इस दे माध्यम ने जेड़ा ऐसा अगर तुहां जी मान ले तुहां दा बच्चा कोई होमवर्क नहीं करा देता तो जब आप होमवर्क नहीं देंगे तो हम भी प्रश्न कर सकते हैं WhatsApp के माध्यम से, क्योंकि हम हर रोज स्कूल नहीं आ सकते, हम गांव के लोग हैं, गरीब लोग हैं, हम दिहाड़ी मजदूरी भी करेंगे, तो उसके लिए फिर टीचर मान गए WhatsApp ग्रुप बनाया.
This ingenious way of using WhatsApp is quite remarkable. To me, it is a powerful demonstration of a truly democratic urge that regardless of money and access, all children deserve the same opportunity and treatment. Natural resources are under great pressure in rural India. Here too, CORD has encouraged grassroots solutions that resonate with the lived experience of people. A traditional spring used to provide water to this village for generations and was crucial for its rituals and ceremonies, but had long gone dry. With great dedication and energy, the village Mahila Mandal has revived it. Today is the opening day. I marvel at this extraordinary coming together of so many unrelated elements: modern technology, community efforts, reverence for ancient traditions, a quest for water security in a time of climate change. Somehow, this combination of resources and values has made this water source return to its rightful place. The next morning, I saw another remarkable side of CORD.
Papa. Very good.
No. हाँ, good girl. क्या है ये?
To find CORD seriously addressing vulnerable groups was a wonderful revelation. Later, I meet Meenakshi, whose daughter was born with cerebral palsy.
तो जब यहाँ पे आते हैं तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है, एक दूसरे को देख के हिम्मत मिलती है कि नहीं यार, दुनिया में बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो मुश्किल में है.
The work with the disabled is not restricted only within the confines of CORD's campus. CORD team members go to remote locations where people actually live and work. It is there where a different kind of support is provided.
जो सरकारी सुविधाएं होती हैं कि उनसे जुड़वाया, उनसे मेडिकल बनवाए, उनके आधार कार्ड बनवाए, पैन कार्ड बनवाए.
Greater than their own barrier of their own disabilities, it is the barrier of the people's mind.
ने बोला कि अगर आपको दान करने का बड़ा ही चाह तो आप मंदिर में चले जाओ, कहीं और चले जाओ, ऐसे किसी के बच्चे को पैसे दे के नहीं जाना है, तो हमें भी बुरा लगता है.
It requires a lot of effort by the family and us, like people like us in CORD, to make sure that what facilities and entitlements are due to them reach them.
My next visit gives me a glimpse into a very unexpected area. At the legal clinic, I meet a brave young woman who had been domestically abused, but somehow picked up the pieces of her life and got remarried. After her divorce, an uphill task remained. The legal process was intimidating, but CORD is accompanying her all the way.
सबसे बड़ी आपकी प्रोसीडिंग होगी वो होगी आपके बच्चे का जो एडाप्टेशन का है, और इसमें आपका कोई खर्च नहीं लगेगा. ठीक है. एक्सट्रीम केस होता है तब वो घर से बाहर निकलती है, और जब घर से बाहर निकलती भी है ना किसी तरह से हिम्मत करके, तो उनको यह कहने वाला भी कि आपने जो कदम उठाए ना सही उठाया, ये भी बहुत कम लोग मिलते हैं. उसकी जो है इनकम जनरेशन के लिए भी बात हम उसके लिए करते हैं कि कैसे उसकी जो है इनकम आगे बढ़े, कैसे वो जो है महिला मंडल से जुड़ करके, समुदाय आधारित संगठनों से जुड़ करके अपने आप को सशक्त कर पाए.
My stay at CORD was coming to an end. It would take me a while to unpack all that I had seen and learned on my visit. One thing was very evident. Through its efforts, CORD had made a very tangible difference in people's lives. Dr. Didi believed that CORD's rural development model could be successfully replicated right across the country. But given India's vastness and diversity, was CORD setting itself up for an extremely difficult task? By a coincidence, I get an answer to that very question when I go to say goodbye to Dr. Didi. This group of women from the neighboring state of Uttarakhand has come here for training. CORD's aim is to share its knowledge and expertise. Their day is wrapping up when things take a sudden turn. A husband is very upset that his wife has left for as long as a week. He claims she will have to face the consequences for misleading him. As the man continues to accuse his wife and berate the women, their anger begins to rise at the sheer injustice they are facing from him.
हम ही अपने पति के विश्वास के ऊपर बाहर ही तो छोड़ते हैं. हम हमेशा सिग्नेचर तो लेते नहीं है, तो हम पति का भी हक नहीं सिग्नेचर लेने का.
The women decide that some of them will return home with the wife and together take on her husband. I am awestruck at how strong and fierce these women are and how fully they understand their collective power. I can now get some small measure of understanding in CORD's faith and respect for women.
आप एक बड़ी लीडर बन जाओगे, जैसे मेरी उर्मिला बन गई थी. उर्मिला भी हमारे यहाँ एक बार आई थी बहुत साल पहले. वो आपके जैसी ही थी, एकदम आपके जैसे.
And before I knew it, my stay in CORD has ended and I have to leave. I saw something very special on my visit to CORD. I know that it has left a mark on my head, but also on my heart. Court filled me with hope because I saw how it enabled and dignified people and how it enhanced their happiness by knowing that someone cared for their lives. I hope that court's work will be taken across the country with similar results. Maybe it's my task to spread the word.